June 1992 in Rio de Janeiro, the United Nations held a conference on environment and development. In this conference, an international environment treaty was signed by 154 states. This treaty's aim was to combat dangerous human impact on the climate system. It called for research, meetings, negotiations, and policy agreements to ensure ecosystems, food production, and economic development continue in a sustainable manner. The first act after the treaty was signed was the Kyoto Protocol, also called the Kyoto Accord by Canada. The objective that the United Nations Federation on Climate Change put into place was to reduce global warming by reducing the greenhouse gases concentration in the atmosphere to a safe level that won't interfere with the climate system. The Kyoto Protocol applies to 7 different chemicals: carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, hyperfluorocarbons, perfluorocarbons, and sulfur hexafluoride. Nitrogen trifluoride was added to the list in the second period of effect. The Kyoto Protocol acknowledged that each country has different capabilities to combat climate change, so obligation was only placed on developed countries from the thinking that developed countries were the ones to reduce the greenhouse gases in the past. The first period of effect for the Kyoto Protocol was from 2008 to 2012. The requirements to pass the set objectives were to prepare policies and measures to reduce emissions, accounting, reporting and reviewing to maintain integrity with the protocol, and to comply and create a compliance committee to ensure the commitments were followed. The main commitment set by the participating countries was to create less emissions than their country created in the year 1990. Canada set their goals to 6% less than they created in 1990 by 2012, but in that year, their emissions were at 17% more than in 1990 by this time, which led Canada to be the first member to leave the Kyoto Protocol. Environmental Minister at the time, Peter Kent, stated that there would be major financial liabilities if they remained in the Kyoto Protocol, so they withdrew. The second period of effect for the Kyoto Protocol was from 2013 to 2020, in which Canada did not participate. The Kyoto Protocol has debated success. Some sources state it was successful, in the way that emissions were 7% less than what was projected if the protocol wasn't put into place. Other sources state that it didn't include major growing countries like China, which was classified as developing, and the USA, which didn't sign up. Greenhouse gases have still risen by over 50% since 1990. Currently, the Paris Agreement has replaced the Kyoto Protocol as the main climate change regulatory law, and it came into effect in 2016. The Paris Agreement took lessons from both the Kyoto Protocol and the Copenhagen Accord, which took place in 2009, to find a middle ground between the two. The Paris Agreement currently has 196 parties, but experts say the commitments under the Paris Agreement aren't enough. The Kyoto Protocol may not have been as effective as planned, but it was a significant step towards the fight against climate change. It showed that countries from all around the world can come together to make a change, and I think future protocols can learn something from it.